We're going to, as we approach Rosh Hashanah, go through very briefly the 10 reasons that are brought down why we blow the shofar on Rosh Hashanah. I know we started them a little bit on Shabbat. We're going to go through all 10 so that all those that are not here, that are tuning in via YouTube, can also get all 10 of them. We'll do them briefly. The first reason brought down, and again we said the source for these 10 reasons are brought down by Rav Sadia Gaon and brought down in the Sefer of Rav David Abu Draham, one of the Rishonim. So, the first reason he gives is just as the beginning of the reign of a kingship, of any type of king, that there are trumpets that are blown, so too on Rosh Hashanah, which is the day that HaKadosh Baruch Hu became king over humanity, because that's the birthday of Adam HaRishon, so too, the beginning, to remember the beginning of his reign as a king, we blow the shofar. That's the first reason. Second reason is because it's the beginning of the 10 days of Teshuvah, and it's reawakening us due Teshuvah. As we explained, Rosh Hashanah is the first day of Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, with ending Yom Kippur, which is the 10th of the month. The third reason brought down is that by Har Sinai, when the Jewish people received the Torah at Mount Sinai, there was noise in the background, there was thunder making noise, as well as a shofar blowing. So this reminds us, when we blow the shofar, our commitment to Torah, and the same way they said, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and then we will listen, so too each of us recommit ourselves to Torah, reminding us with the blowing of the shofar. The fourth reason is to remind us the words of the Nevi'im, which they tell us, the prophets, that when their rebuke comes to us and rings in our ears like the blasts of a shofar and we don't listen, it will be our fault for the punishment which follows that. The fifth reason we said was reminding us the destruction of the temple, the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash, which was obviously with war, and just like in war, there's all types of noise and screams, there's also noise and blasts from trumpets, which scare the opponent. So that whole idea of the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash is also remembered when we blow the shofar. The sixth reason is reminding us of Akedat Yitzhak, of the moments when Abraham Avinu was being tested with his 10th test, and Yitzhak Avinu was willingly going along with it, and in that merit, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we blow the shofar to remind HaKadosh Baruch Hu what our ancestors did, what Abraham did, willing to sacrifice his son, and what Yitzhak did, willing to sacrifice himself for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu saves us and redeems us, remembers that. Number 7 is that the mere sound of a shofar brings trembling and trepidation. It's a scary sound. It's a blast, and that comes in to remind us to strengthen our yirat Hashem, the fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we should have, that we should only be scared of Him and of no one else. The 8th reason is to remind us that today, Rosh Hashanah, is the Yom Hadin, it's the Day of Judgment. The 9th reason is the blowing of the shofar is something which we read in our very Amidah, in the silent prayer, which is something that brings all of the exiles and all of those who have been dispersed, all the Yehudim dispersed around the world, all back to Eretz Yisrael. So it's Kibbutz Yipeh Amo Yisrael, to remind us about that. And the final reason why we blow the shofar on Rosh Hashanah is to remind us, as the Nevi'im say, of Tichiyat HaMetim. Not only to remind us of Tichiyat HaMetim, of the resurrection of the dead in the time of Mashiach, but also that we believe in it. It's told, the Nevi'im tell us, that when Mashiach comes, it will come with a blast of a shofar, and all of those who have passed away, all the previous generations, they will all get up from the noise of the shofar and have a resurrection and come. So it's reminding us that, and more importantly, believing in it, Be'ezrat Hashem. So Be'ezrat Hashem, the merit of understanding why, I know we did it a little quickly, but merit of understanding why we blow the shofar, so many reasons why we blow the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will answer our tefillot, answer our teshuvah, and answer our mitzvah of Tikiyat HaShofar Be'ezrat Hashem Yibarach. Shana Tova. Tonight,